So a lot of guitar players don't know this trick. When you're in E standard tuning and you're tuning your low E string down to a B, you get this cool vibey sound. Sounds pretty cool, right? And I want to use the next 8 to 10 minutes to write a full track in this tuning. I'm going to write a riff and I'm going to put a solo on top of it at the end, so you might want to stick around for that. Now, I have a full bass and drum track prepared already for that. Here we go. Now, as you can hear, this is super slow, right? And that E string is droning. And that's totally fine. I use like a 46 E string here and like a, it's like a 10 gauge string set. And that's totally fine. It wobbles a little bit, but that's part of the tuning, right? Now, this sounds pretty bluesy so far. That's been using this B chord with a D and an E. And as you can see in this tuning, these power chord shapes, they just become octaves. Meaning, they don't sound like a lot just yet. It all sounds a little bit bluesy. And for this riff, I want to get this out of that Joe Bonamassa Ballad of John Henry kind of territory. It's a little too bluesy for me. So the way to do this is to add some voicings to these chords. Let's do that. I like that. Because we're ending on this major third here, it sounds a little bit grungy. A little bit Soundgarden-ish. And I like that. Now, the chords are sounding cool, but you would probably agree this is not a riff yet, right? For a riff, like for a real riff, we need some movement, And we create movement by adding some rhythmic elements. Like this. Right? I'm basically just arpeggiating those notes in the B chord. Cool movement. Now, as you can hear, this all sounds good, but it's a little repetitive, and that is because that sequence we're using is very, very short. Now, what we can do about that is we add alternating endings, like an A part and a B part. So let's do that. That's our A part. That's our B part. Now that chord needs another ending too. Let's try to come up with something here. Like that. Good option. Now it's not that repetitive anymore, right? Sounds like a full riff, but it's still sounding a little stiff. And how can we get rid of that? We can, add some human elements, like some wiggling. That's my first thing here. I want to have that pull off. The next thing is, I want to have that wiggle at the end. Right here. Just makes it sound a little bit more, just a little bit more interesting. I think that's a cool riff. I want to stay with that. I'm happy with that. So let's try the solo. Here we go. And that is the riff and the solo for you guys. I hope you learned something in this video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe, check out my guitar courses in the description if you want to learn more. I'm Joey and I'm gonna play you out. See you in the next video. Bye. You're still here. That's great, because I want to mention two more things. So the tabs and the backing track for the entire track that you just heard, so the riff and the solo, are available in my shop. The link's in the description down below, so if you want to learn that riff and that exact solo that I played, you can do that for just a couple bucks in my shop. Click the link in the description. And the other thing is, if you're a returning visitor, if you like my style of playing, if you like my videos, consider subscribing and click the bell icon, because according to my analytics, a lot of you guys are watching all my videos, but you're not subscribing. And if you're subscribing, that's good for you, because you don't miss any videos on my channel. And it's good for me, because it keeps the lights on in this room. So, see you in the next video. I hope you had fun. Bye.